And we are back. It's the Chunk Podcast, and I will just like to say right out the gate, Ryan Lynch is here, Niki Juste is here, and making his Chunk Podcast debut, Vince Casey has finally made it, and he's just now figuring it out. He is like a fresh newborn in the podcast field. How does it feel right now, Vince?
Feeling great, man. Excited to be here, hanging out with my friends. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay, all right. We're your friends now, but there is a LeBron topic on the board. So after that, I don't know if things may change. So we'll see.
Ooh, we'll see.
I'm just saying. So we're back. We're going to hit the big three as always. We're going to do sports. We'll hit some gaming, and then we will go into the entertainment category. We'll just lead out right out the gate. I mean, it just happened here over the weekend. World Cup final, France defeats Croatia 4-2, and I feel bad because I didn't really watch any of it. I saw the highlights after the fact, and I saw what I think was an own goal early in the match by Croatia, and then after that, it just turned into a train wreck by France.
I mean, it was a good game. It was the highest scoring final since 1960, so it provided that excitement, and there was a little bit of controversy. You got pretty much everything. You got the own goal, some controversy with video assistant referee, and then you got some world-class, soccer playing.
I did wind up seeing a goal where it looked like the goalie for France, it was Croatia's second goal, but it looked like the goalie for France just kind of was, I don't even know what was going on. It was one dude rushing him, and instead of picking the ball up because it got kicked back to him, he just tried to, I don't know what he was doing, but the other guy just booted it right around him. It was a goal, but at that point it didn't matter. It was too late in the game. But congrats to France for taking the World Cup. And I feel bad, though. I was rooting for Croatia because every game that I wound up watching during the World Cup, it was like extra time Croatia. I don't know how or why, but it felt like every time I turned it on, Croatia was in extra time and then in a penalty kickoff. But congratulations to France. We can move on from soccer because I know a lot of us probably didn't watch much of it anyway. However, I feel we did just hype up a little LeBron action. Let's talk about LeBron. Obviously, he's in L.A. now, much to the chagrin of a lot of L.A. Laker fans. Some people are warming up to it, but I still have Laker fans that I talk to that are like, they're just not having it for some reason. Vince, what do you say about that? What do you say to L.A. fans, Lakers fans, who are still feeling a little uneasy about LeBron being on their team?
I think the reason why a lot of these LA fans are having a hard time over to LeBron is because they don't want him to win a championship there and then hand over the reins from the Kobe era. They just have this love for Kobe that they just can't give up.
Oh, no, that makes sense. Here's the thing about winning a championship in LA. I don't think it'll happen this year. It remains to be seen what's going to happen. I mean, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen next offseason, but I think this year is going to kind of be like a transition period for them where they're just going to go out, they're going to play, see what they can do with what they got. I don't think anyone's going to beat the Warriors. I mean, it's just...
I totally agree with you. I mean, they have 5 players who average over 25 points a game. It's just ridiculous. You basically have an all-star team lineup. I think the reason why LeBron signed for 4 years is so that they could rebuild and then maybe sign some more talent, you know what I mean? And he likes the culture of LA. His son actually signed to Sierra Canyon High School. And I think he's just doing it for his family so that they have a better experience.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see LeBron have fun. You know what I mean? Obviously, he loves Cleveland, but it just didn't seem like he was having fun. I just wanted him to like relax and not have to feel the pressure of a championship anymore. You know, I just would like to see that for a little bit.
He's had that his whole career, and it's just it's kind of nice. It's nice to see him happy again. And I don't know, there's a bunch of red flags in my opinion, like him signing for 1 year, wanting the player option every time. I think he's been wanting to play in LA for a while.
Yeah, well, he's finally there, and somebody, I forgot his name, but he painted a pretty sweet little LeBron mural in LA, to which whether it be LA fans or just LeBron haters in general were defacing it. So much so, it happened multiple times that the actual artist who did the mural has since painted over it, and he's just erased it completely because it was too much upkeep to try to keep fixing people defacing it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty outrageous what they put on the mural wall. Just some of the comments is just demeaning to LeBron's name. I don't know.
Yeah,
how do you guys feel about it?
Well, it's not like that's the first time anybody's talk crap about LeBron. I mean, I don't think he deserves it, but he's been a good sport about it, so people will keep doing it. I know Niki's not really a big fan of LeBron or anything.
No. Who's that guy?
That's it?
Shout out to Niki for the one-liners.
I thought you actually. I don't know. I thought you actually had a point behind that. I'm clearly on the side that thinks he's the GOAT. Way better than Jordan.
So do you have any? Do you what? What did you say?
Huh?
What did you say?
He's clearly better than Jordan. Hot take, but it's true.
Clearly, I feel bad because Reggie's not here to defend Michael Jordan's honor. I feel like somebody.
He has the same. Him and everybody else has the same argument. Rings. I don't want to hear it. Give
no,
me something else.
I don't. Okay, I don't necessarily think that it's that simple when it comes to that conversation. But
it's not, and that's also not a reason. It's not an excuse. You can't use rings because there's people that have more rings than Jordan that are clearly not better.
But that's fine. Okay,
and if I was going to ask you who's better, J.R. Smith or Tracy McGrady, who are you going to say?
I don't know. J.R. Smith has more rings.
Oh yeah, well there you go. Well, then boom, clearly then Jordan's the GOAT. My fault.
No,
Yeah.
okay, I get what you're saying. Obviously, no one's talking about rings, and I don't want to get into the Michael Jordan LeBron debate. That's just we don't have time for that. Not enough time in the world, and we don't have enough people here to fight for both sides. I think it might be a little one-sided battle. So we're in agreement. Whoever's defacing these murals, it's pretty sad that that's a thing. I honestly don't believe it was Laker fans. I think it was people who probably live in LA that saw it go up that are just upset that they got him. I can't imagine there's a Laker fan out there that gets a mural paint. You know, somebody gets a player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who would do that? I don't understand why somebody would do that.
I mean, confused. Like, why would you do that? Like, you're the LA Lakers and you just got the greatest player on the planet. What are you mad about? You guys were completely irrelevant the last almost quarter decade.
No, you're right. They haven't made the playoffs in 5 years, and they're upset that
even when Kobe was on the team, nobody expected them to go. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true. But what if they?
And now they have the greatest player. And now they're still mad. You can't help a Laker fan.
You guys got to understand though, like how many teams are there in California? There's 4. So it's like that breeds a lot of competition. So I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a Laker fan who defaced the wall.
It was probably all those. All those old Laker fans that are now like Warriors fans. They had been Lakers fans,
crazy.
And then they transitioned to lifelong. They swore they were lifelong Warriors fans.
You mean the bandwagon?
There's always
like 7 lifelong Warrior fans on the planet.
Yeah,
beyond that, they're all.
That's true. All right, well, now that that's all cleaned up and painted over, that's all. I wrote down here: LeBron LA mural defaced and erased. If that was if I had a newspaper, that would have been my headline. But
that's a catchy headline.
Hey,
I like it.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
We don't have anything else for sports because nothing else is happening in the sports. It's kind of dull right now. I don't know. Is baseball still going on? I don't even know if that's a thing anymore.
Yeah, baseball's still going on. The All-Star break, the All-Star game, and the festivities are in Washington this week. They had the MLB Futures game. They kind of do it, similar to the NBA's Rising Stars game where they put the world, so the international players, up against the American-born players. It's pretty unique, and, it gets the kids, the future of the game, a chance to participate on the major league scale in a major league stadium. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Anything they could do to spice it up, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big watcher. I mean, I like baseball. I don't like watching it, especially on TV. I'll watch it in person, but you got to do something spicy to get me to watch it on the TV, and that I guess will do it. So. All right, moving on. We're gonna go
what
to
would get your
what would get my. Oh, you want to hear my theory on baseball? I'll tell you. I want a clear dome over the field, right? Pretty high over the field. And I want the ball to turn into the bounciest ball you could ever imagine. So when they crank it, it's just going like all over.
It sounds like you want a modified Rocket League.
Well, no, I just want a bat and a bouncy ball all over the place. All right, so let's move on. We're going to go on into gaming, and a big thing that happened this past week, Fortnite Season 5. If anyone hasn't updated their console or their game, they should probably set that thing to rest mode and just let it download, get back into it. Fortnite Season 5. Have you guys bought the Battle Pass yet? Are you guys Battle Passers this season?
I've never bought a Battle Pass, and I don't plan on it.
Look at that guy.
Oh, man.
Man, good for him. He's holding strong. Vince, have you bought the Battle Pass?
Oh yeah, day one, man.
Are you excited? But I went through this Battle Pass, and for some reason I didn't buy Battle Pass for the last season, and it was superheroes, which is like right up my alley. For some reason I didn't buy it. I don't know why. It just didn't strike me as exciting. This one to me is even less exciting. I don't know why.
The last one was the only one that made me think I should buy one. That was the one I almost did it.
To be honest with you guys, like, I enjoy the skins for Fortnite, even though they're like, I don't know, this season's like Vikings and just outrageous stuff like that. Like a graffiti artist, I want to say. No LeBron pun or anything like that. But I don't know. I just like the challenges, to be honest with you. It keeps you involved with the game and just doing new stuff. So
yeah, no, I like the skins. I didn't buy the Battle Pass last time. I probably won't buy it this time because I think the skins that are involved in it they're just not doing it for me. But I did buy one skin, and I totally forgot the name of what it was called. It's like Mr. whatever. It's the metal dude who's wearing his underwear on the outside. I don't know why. I love it so much.
Okay. Okay.
But once I have that, I don't know. I don't feel like I don't have any reason to pick another one because I love it so much. I don't want to change.
Yeah, I mean, with most of the people that I play Fortnite with, they change up their skins like every 3 or 4 games. Even though we have some people that I play with who have the season pass and they just do no skins because they believe that they won't, air quotes, get game ended.
Yeah, okay, it's Venturion. That's what it's called. The dude, the skin I have is Venturion. I bought that. It's too good. I can't not. I don't know. I just don't want to sign up for any more battle passes, especially with this one. For some reason, it's just not doing for me. But I will say the map, though, they changed a few things around this time around. Lynch, have you've played it, obviously, since the update?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like Vince said with the challenges, are supposed to get you to explore parts of the map that you haven't or, parts of the map that have changed. I know I forget who I played with last night. They said how they wish that the challenges involved the new parts of the map. They eventually will. I actually, saw something today that it was like a leak that had a snow area coming into the map. And they were going to bring back kind of like a Christmas in July type of thing with the Christmas skins, and they were going to put snow near where the Viking ship is and kind of towards the Snobby area.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think that would be pretty cool. I know that Niki and I just played earlier today, and I'll let you know, we got a dub in some duos. And what we did, for the first time, that was the first time I had dropped anywhere near, like, the sandy area. And that area is pretty sweet. I think that's awesome over there, what they did with that. I know I'm going to miss Moisty. But
oh god, I love Moisty.
I know Moisty was bae, but this is actually pretty cool. What they did to that area, they totally changed it, and it's a totally different experience. I think that's awesome what they did. Also, the incorporation of the golf cart. The golf cart is probably on paper, looking at it, one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. But when you're in a golf cart, you feel like a hero. I don't know why, but it's a great feeling.
Let me be honest with you, like. I think the reason why they incorporate a golf cart is so that it would be similar to PUBG. And that's like my next little bullet point that I have for this topic. I feel as if with Fortnite now, they're stealing from a lot of Battle Royale games. Like Realm Royale, that Viking ship, it's the same exact thing in their game. And then there's a little bit more things, but it's just wild to me how they're getting away with it.
Well, they're the number one game overall, I think, maybe even ever. I mean, as far as player base, so they can at this point they can essentially do whatever they want. When you're usually if it's somebody else trying to compete, it's like you can't beat them, join them. They're just like we're beating them, so let's crush them. That's like so they're just like let's just step on their throat and just take everything that they have. Like why are they playing PUBG? Oh, there's vehicles. Throw one in our game. You know what I mean? It's like okay, but I don't want to. It's good on them for doing it, but it, obviously. To somebody who's
it's interesting.
To somebody who's taking a step back and looking, they're like, okay, well, you just took it from PUBG. But I don't know. I think it's a cool little addition, and it definitely adds for a lot more tomfoolery in the middle of the game, which is ideally what I play that game for. I don't play it for realism, but I play it for just doing stupid stuff every once in a while.
I think Fortnite pretty much made the Battle Royale fad, I guess, so you'd say, for this year. they mastered it. So everyone's trying to do it. Everyone wants in on it. Even Call of Duty wants in on it now, and that's the last thing I wanted to battle royale with.
I know. Call of Duty. We're talking about Black Ops 4.
Yeah,
I didn't even put it on the list. I don't even know why. It just doesn't seem worth talking about. But I'm not excited for it. I haven't been excited for a Call of Duty game since I had my Xbox 360. I don't know.
Those were the days.
That was peak Call of Duty, but I don't know. They've drifted so far away, and everything about it just, I don't know. Just it doesn't feel sincere anymore. And this one doesn't even have a story mode, so they're not even trying.
No, it's pure multiplayer, pure battle royale, just like Fortnite. Like I don't think Call of Duty needed that. They had their own thing going. They were the top of the world for a moment, and now somebody else has the kingdom. Now they're gonna try to take it.
They are
stupid.
Yeah, it's sad, but you know what? I don't want to buy the game, but I think at some point down the line, I'm not going to buy it right away, but I want to hear what the reaction is to the Battle Royale, because I'm just trying to imagine Call of Duty at its peak and then adding a Battle Royale function to it. I think that would be kind of cool. But it's just a matter of how they execute it, because I just got a feeling they're going to botch it somehow.
I mean, I know there's a couple people that, have already said that they're going to pre-order it so that they can participate in the beta, which, they have the PS4 exclusive beta the first weekend of August. They also have another round of beta the second weekend of August with both Xbox and PlayStation again. So I think it's cool how they're working with, Sony to give Sony players a, exclusive weekend where they get first test of it, and then they figure out what's wrong, edit it, debut that with the Microsoft group as well.
No, definitely. It's cool. It's good on them for doing that. But I'm gonna wait it out. I'm not really pre-ordering a lot of games anymore because I've been burned too many times. No Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Anyway, Spider-Man, though, I do have one pre-order in the hopper, and it's a Spider-Man game. And honestly, it could be the worst game in the world, but I'd still be excited about it just because it's Spider-Man, and everything I've seen about it looks like it's going to be the closest thing to Spider-Man 2 that we've ever had. So it's just...
And then some.
Yeah, and then some. It looks like it's going to be too good, so I definitely have pre-ordered it. But that's a PS4 exclusive. Unfortunately, Vince, you won't be able to play. Sorry.
Soon enough.
To the dark side.
Soon enough. I'll be coming back to the dark side.
Okay, all right. We'll get you on some streams. Yeah, we'll get there. Unfortunately, I can't stream. I can stream from my Switch. I just don't think it's safe for viewers' eyes to watch that frame rate on their computer or their mobile device. It's just not safe.
Yeah, but tell them, Doyle, we take dubs in Fortnite.
Hey, I don't know what it is, but when I play on my Switch, every other game is a win. It's insane. I don't understand.
Let's go.
I don't know if it's that Switch player base or Vince is just carrying me to the promised land. I don't know what it is, but either way, it feels great. Anyway, moving on, we're going to go to our last category. It is the entertainment, and there's not a lot going on in the TV realm. Not a lot of things that I'm binge watching right now. One thing that I'm excited about now that I'm gonna do it, even though I said I wasn't, but Ozark. Did anybody watch Ozark on Netflix?
Oh my gosh, I love that show.
I thought Ozark was so good. It's coming out, I believe, either at the end of August or the end of September. I think it might be the end of August. They're releasing the second season of Ozark. So I'm excited for that if we're talking about TV. But we're not on our list right now. First thing on our list is Zombieland 2 was just officially announced, and it looks. I initially when I read Zombieland 2, I was like, don't do this. What are you doing? I mean, it was a fun little classic movie. You know what I mean? It was its own little universe, and I thought it was good as a standalone. But I did find out that the original cast is returning, and by the big four, I should say, the original cast. It's Woody Harrelson's coming back, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone, and Abigail Breslin, who was at the time a young girl. It's been 10 years since the first Zombieland, so I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, obviously they're going to be older, but how are they going to recap 10 years surviving in that world?
Maybe they're just going to take the Walking Dead approach, and we're going to have a Negan who's Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, my God.
You never know.
I could just imagine Dwayne, like The Rock in a leather jacket, just going around beating people with a bat. I bet you, I wouldn't be surprised.
Would have survived.
I wouldn't be
They can pay me
surprised.
for that script. I'll write it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they wound up doing that because I feel like the zombie category, that's kind of like that movie was kind of like, it wasn't like done in jest, but it was a comedy. I don't think it would be out of the question for them to kind of poke fun at The Walking Dead and how they've turned it into like this nosediving plane that's just its imminent explosion is going to come soon. Spoiler alert, The Walking Dead is crumbling in front of our eyes. Anyway, we're talking about Zombieland 2.
People still watch that?
I still watch it.
man.
I've invested way too much time into that show. I can't give up on it, and I have to see it through. I don't know why. It's sad.
Did you guys hear about The Walking Dead? There's like a con coming up in Orlando, actually. I want to say in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty dope.
We are actually going to be at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Niki, I don't know if you're still down for that, but the Tampa Bay Comic-Con is coming up the first weekend of August, actually. I think it's the 3rd and the 4th, but we'll wind up going there. So if anybody is listening in the Tampa Bay area and you'd like to meet us, we'll be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and it's totally free for us. Well, it's not free to get in, but it's free to speak to us. We don't charge like they do with all their guests there at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. They charge you obscenely just to make eye contact with their guests.
There it is.
Anyway, Zombieland 2, we've gone into like this crazy tangent, but I'm excited to see it. I currently own Zombieland 1, which isn't saying much because I own 499 other movies, but it made it to my collection. I think it's a great movie, and I'm excited to see where they go in the future after 10 years.
Can we discuss the fact that you need to buy one more movie?
What's that? What's that?
Do you have 499 movies total, or?
No. I said I have 499 other movies.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you just left it at that odd number, I would have been mad.
No. We're doing pretty good here. I may actually have to get a new DVD case here pretty soon. I got to cut it out.
Emma Stone, call me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and then real quick, I wanted to hit before we get out of here. Shazam released. Well, actually, I should say Shazam. The movie Shazam, DC Comics, which is kind of redundant to even say. You can't DC Comics, but for most people, DC Comics is what you're supposed to say, and that's just how it's accepted. They released an image of Shazam, who I don't know a whole bunch about him. I've seen enough of him in the Justice League animated stuff to know that he is an 8-year-old boy who is granted superhero powers. By saying the word Shazam, he turns into what appears to be a grown-ass man and with superpowers. So he's got the mentality of an 8-year-old who wants to be and aspires to be a superhero, but he has the physique and powers of a full-blown superhero. It's going to be an interesting movie, and I got this real bad feeling we're going to get like they're going for the Deadpool type deal. I feel like they're going to try, even though it's an 8-year-old, it's going to be like play school Deadpool. You know what I mean? I feel like their DC is going to wind up botching it somehow and going that route.
They've got to keep it as far as he's still a kid at heart, and he's just trying. He's a kid that's been granted superhero powers, and if you grant a kid that kind of strength and power, bad things can only happen.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Everybody as a kid had thought, was like, what would I do with superpowers? You know what I mean? So I hope they do kind of delve into that right out the gate where he's just like, I can throw this building across the world. You know what I mean? Like, I hope there is a couple scenes where he's figuring out his powers, doing all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you still just keep it on track is all I ask. Because they've gone off the rails before. Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. And you know what I mean? And it can get a little strange. So I want it to be lighthearted, though, because that's one thing DC has done with their movies is made them all just terribly, terribly dark and depressing. I would love to just have a slight chuckle every once in a while. It'd be nice.
His story's not the brightest of stories, but he is a kid, so it's more cheery than most.
Yeah.
But DC is a dark world.
I know
I'm
it's
not gonna lie to you guys. I've been thinking of Kazam the whole time.
Shaq out of nowhere from the top rope. No. Shaquille O'Neal, as far as I know, is not cast in this movie.
I was hoping they bring him back.
It would be pretty funny to see like a cameo and be like, where he's just like Shazam, and he turns into like a full-grown adult superhero, and then all of a sudden like Kazam pops up out of nowhere, and he's just like, did you say Kazam? And then he just disappears.
Yes.
They will not include that, I promise you.
Oh, they won't approve it, but I don't know.
I mean, they already have perspective, cast out there, and having Dwayne Johnson in there as Black Adam, I feel is going to help get a fan base behind it already, because as we all know, The Rock is in pretty much 75% of movies that are out nowadays.
Christ, I wouldn't say that much.
No, he drops 20 movies a year, right? Someone said that.
Yeah, it's basically like, hey, I have this movie idea, and it's going to be a blockbuster, and it's going to be this major movie. Who do we sign on? And it's Dwayne Johnson every single time. And honestly, kudos to him. He's been doing it since The Mummy. You know what I mean? He had a cameo in The Mummy.
That travesty.
The dude.
All I gotta say is you're welcome.
He's got some longevity. Oh my gosh, stop. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, no, he's got some longevity, and the fact that he's still just churning out blockbuster hits and actually he's not got a lot of flops. Like, name a movie that flopped other than The Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, his movies really don't flop.
What about has anyone gone and seen this Skyscraper movie?
I haven't, but I have Movie Pass.
But it's doing well.
I'll probably watch it. I probably will. I don't know. It looks intense. I'll probably go watch it just because I have Movie Pass.
Yeah, I have a friend who was actually talking about that movie, and he's like, I think it's kind of ridiculous how he's just using this prosthetic leg a lot. And I was like, dude, like, they're trying to do justice for people like that. But I don't know.
Every hero in a movie has a weapon of choice. His is his own prosthetic leg. I love it.
Well, he's hanging like 300 feet in the air on a prosthetic leg. It's like, come on, Dwayne, you're 280. Like,
I know. It's made out of adamantium. No, that's I'm probably check that movie out. But yeah, I mean, Dwayne Johnson will be in the Shazam movie as Black Adam, the enemy. And he will be in every other movie that you see coming out.
Well, I heard he's not exactly going to have a big role in this movie, but he will later.
Yeah, no,
he might have like a small cameo, but I don't think he's going to be too prevalent in this one.
Okay. No one's going to say anything about prevalent?
I like your inside scoop. I mean, it brings, the possibility of, a sequel
definitely have
to it.
Bring Shazam's origin, and they have to give him his spotlight. Dwayne would definitely just take too much off the main person.
No, you're right.
I agree.
That makes sense. But I think they've already said that they're going to make a Black Adam standalone movie anyway, because you have The Rock.
Johnson.
You have Dwayne Johnson, right? And so he's got to get his own movie. Who knows? I mean,
they'll definitely incorporate him into it, but
it'll be fun to see.
I mean, little thing was Shazam is actually an anagram for, I think, 5 different Greek gods, whatever that he gets the powers of. And there's a whole origin thing, but I mean, I'm not trying to do all that right now.
No, I know. We don't have to get super into that. And honestly, we should just let the movie do the talking. If they don't do a good enough job explaining it, then I don't even know. Just scrap that whole DC universe. I know, except for Aquaman. Don't get rid of Aquaman. I gotta see this movie. Which
boy, they got a Black Manta in there.
Black Manta, I don't know why. It's like my favorite top 3 favorite villain of all time, and I can't even tell you why. I don't know. He's just, I don't know. It just does it for me. That big metal helmet. I don't know why. It makes me happy. Anyway, Aquaman's coming out at the end of the year as well, but that's another DC movie that hopefully will go well. I know the only success they've really had was with Wonder Woman. I thought that movie was done well. So if they can try to grab some of that success and get something started to rival Marvel, that would be great. But it's yet to be seen. So hopefully Aquaman can do that. And I guess at this point we've hit the end of our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I will say thank you to Vince for finally jumping in on a podcast. How was it? Would you say first time? Were we easy on you?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I guess I'll come back sometime.
Okay, that's all you can really ask for. Thank you to Niki. Thank you to Lynch. Hey, do you guys want to plug your social medias at the end of this? Because I was about to just hawk all the Chunk Pod social medias and websites right now. But if you guys want to plug your own stuff.
If anybody cares, Niki Juice everything. So Facebook, Instagram. I don't really tweet no more, but it'd be there.
All right. All right. Hit him with that follow at Niki Juice. Vince, I don't even know what you're on anymore. Instagram, Snapchat. All right.
Yeah, Xbox. So it's CVC Casey with 3 eyes at the end.
Oh, all right.
Same thing for Instagram and I want to say Snapchat.
All right, so we're chucking out gamer tags. If you want to add them, hit them up. Play alongside of him and probably get a W. As unless if you're playing on Switch, you'll get a win. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah. And then my Xbox is IDM your mom with 2 M's.
Oh my gosh.
He's not lying.
I'm not lying.
All right. All right, we're going to get out of here. If you want more information on and updates on our podcast schedule or just anything at all, updates, sports, entertainment, and gaming, follow us at The Chunk Pod on Instagram, on Twitter, I don't think we have a Snapchat, but we might get one someday. Who knows? Just be on the lookout for that. And
what about Lynch?
Also on Facebook, Lynch goes under 3 different aliases. I can't follow him. He's like a chameleon.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's all, protect the identity.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
That's a lot of T's.
All right, we're gonna get the heck out of here. By the way, keep a lookout thechunkpod.com, and like I said, all of our social medias. I think in the future, on the horizon, we will have some giveaways to be done. It might be something small at first, but I kind of want to lead it with something good, something people actually want to get or win. But you will have to like or follow our social media pages because that's the catch. That's how you win things.
Oof.
It's free to click. It really is free to. What?
Well, when we actually do it, we should probably release some new games, whatever. Just get a copy for somebody.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. We'll get something good. Why not? Vince is like, what, a budget? I don't think so.
No.
Get out of here. No, we'll do something good.
We got to talk about the Chunk Pod
Next
Fantasy
Saturday.
Football League too.
Oh, the Fantasy Football League will be coming. The Chunk League, at least. I know we've had leagues in the past. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to juggle all these leagues anymore. But I know that the Chunk and all the Chunkies and Chunkers and Chunkettes will be involved in a Fantasy Football League that we'll be covering it on our website and on our social media. We'll probably do the draft live. If that can be done, we're going to wind up doing that, a live draft. We'll stream it online. But we'll get that all together. I know it's coming in the next, what is it? Is it next month? We'll probably wind up doing it next month.
Yeah, preseason's next month.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, we'll get all that organized. And now we're just rambling. I think we told them that we'd leave 10 minutes ago. So now everyone who's still listening, you're a trooper. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you guys for joining us. And just give us a follow on all of our garbage. Thanks.